everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Jan if you don't know, and today we're going to go on to our third lesson, which is about playing in a 5-finger position. So previously what we've covered is hot cross buns, which is only 3 notes, but we've used different fingers for those, either 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each hand, or maybe even a combination of those, maybe 3 and 1, 2 and 4. So we looked at that. So today we're going to progress to using 5 notes in each hand. Some of the pieces will be you'll be able to play hands together, and some of the pieces the melody will be shared between the hands, but still in a 5-finger position next door to each other. So we'll see what goes on with that. So let's swap to the overhead camera and get going. Okay, so the first little tune we're going to play is Merrily We Roll Along. So a lot of you will know this. I've chosen pieces that I think you will know. So I'm near my 2 black notes. There's D, and this is another one that's going from E. So this is another one with 3. So 3 notes just to get us going. So as you can see, I've got my hand here. I'm in the middle of the piano. Which is called, it's actually called middle C position for a lot of you. And in lots of books. So how you get to middle C position, if I show you the whole keyboard here, 1 set, 2 set, 3 sets, 4 sets from the bottom, and it's also 4 sets of 2 black notes from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the middle of the piano, and it's often called, as I've said, middle C position. So I have my right hand ready here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready for my first note. So that's going to be E here. So you can see I've put my thumb away. So first of all, hand position, then note position. And then I'm going to play this detached nice and slowly for you. So that's separated notes for those who may have just joined us. So here we go. E, D, C, D, E, 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 and hold. D, 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 and hold. E, 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 and hold. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, and hold. D, D, E, D, C, and hold on. All right, so I will do that now with legato and adding a beat above it. So you can see how many beats I'm holding on to those extra long notes. So here's my beat, nice and slowly. Ready, go. Extra 1. Extra 1. 2. 2. So we were holding for either 2 extra beats or 4 right at the very end. Okay, right, so let's have a look at the left hand now. I'm going to start on finger 3 again, down here. Here's my beat. 3, E, E, E. Saying fingers 3, 2, sorry, 4, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. Sorry, I made a little mistake in the fingers there, but you can get the idea. And this is what it looks like, hands together. So there's my C position, and now I'm just getting my hands ready. Little lift and land for the first one. Good, and I hope that you can see that my thumbs were only coming out when I needed to use them, not at all in the left hand, only in the right, and when I wasn't using it, it was just put gently away like we've discussed before, and that I was using a slight rotation and that tiny little lift for my fingers. So I get a nice clear sound. A good wholesome tone production is what we call it. So the tone was nice and clear, it was projecting, it wasn't soft and meager like this, if I play it a little bit like this. Okay, so you can see from that the tone was very different. So the tone is the quality of the sound, and what we want to make is a nice, well-rounded sound that's not forced. All right, let's move on to the next little piece. Oh, just before I do, so that can also be played starting on E. We can start it on B. So here's the next C up. There's your D, C, B. We can start it on B. Okay. Same fingers. It can also start on A. You can see my fingers are balancing. And you can also do this one on the black notes as well. Because it's only 3 fingers, you could use 2, 3 and 4 if you like. There you go. So our next piece now is going to be Mary Had a Little Lamb. Now this is very, very similar, but it does introduce the pinky. So let's play it in G position. So I've got G position, or whatever position means, is that is the lowest note. So G is our lowest note, and I'm going to start with finger 3 on B. G, A, B. Both finger 3s here. Okay, so we should be able to do this hopefully with both hands together because we've been practicing for a little while now. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just use one hand, then the other hand, and then slowly put them together. You can play it with detached notes, or you can play it legato, joining the notes. So here's Mary Had a Little Lamb. Here we go, rotating over and rotate back. Sometimes the ending is this. Alright, so there it is in G position here with G at the bottom. And you notice that little rotation I did to get to the top and then rotate back. You can also lift your little finger a little bit and then lift to go back. So I was trying to keep it minimum so you don't get the idea that everything is huge movements. Let's do it in C position. So C is my lowest note and I'm starting on E. Also work starting on in F position, F at the bottom, G, A. Okay, right, and then it will work on the black notes as well. So here's a challenge for you. To start on finger 3 there. If you start on finger 4, then it's a bit awkward going over there. So here's another little song now that you will know, and this uses all 5 fingers because Mary missed out missed a note there, finger 4 and finger 2 in the right and left hand there respectively. So here's a little tune called Lightly Row. So I'm starting in C position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I could move my C a little higher, which is better for you physically. Any of the other songs you could have done that as well, played a little bit further apart. So let's do this one here. So I've got my hands ready in C position, but then I just want to focus on the first note, and you can see how my hand has gone in a little bit, because if I keep it out and then try there, it can create some tension. So and the thumb could start sticking out. So get yourself ready there and then balance on finger 5 and finger 1. All right, and you can see my other thumb is here. So here we go. And now walking up. Now I will be having a chart for you to follow. There'll be an added document with this lesson so that you've got all the finger numbers and all the letters as well. So that's why I didn't say those as well, but it's also good for you to try and do things by ear. So let's have a see what that looks like in G position. So here's G. I'm going to start G, A, B, C, D. I'm starting on D in both hands. So I'll say the letters for you this time. D, B, B, C, A, G, A, B, C, D, 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 B, 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 C, A, G, B, D, D, B, 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 A, B, C, B, B, C, D, D, B, 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 C, A, G, B, D, B, B. Good. And I'll now play it. That's about the C and the G positions are best for those ones. I'll just play it at the high C position, and I'm going to play it with a beat for you. Okay. You notice that we're skipping notes, so we've done rotations between one note, and we were doing some little exercises. So this is where your rotation comes in handy. So if I'm going to an adjacent note, that's called a second. So the first note here is number 1, always. And then if I play the next one, that's a number 2. So the distance between those two, or the interval as we call it, is a second. Okay, so basically all adjacent notes are seconds. And if I skip a note, then we've got number 1, missing number 2, going to number 3. It has nothing to do with the finger numbers. It would still be the same if I used different fingers. This would be number 1, the first note, so I'm not thinking about the fingers. 2, 3. So that would be a third. Okay. And we'll be doing that a little bit later, how to play those together. So let's just repeat lightly row here with the beat. Ready, go. There you go. So we're just basically adding one more beat onto those long notes. We always count the first note that we hit as the first beat. So that would be a beat. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. And there's the extra beat that we're holding on for. All right, here's another little tune, and this is Ode to Joy. So a lot of you will know this. Let's go back to C position. Okay, so this again is starting on finger 3, and here I'll say the notes for you. E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D, hold, E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C, 2. Okay, so when I'm beginning counting, sometimes I'll say the name of the note, C2, because C is on the first beat and the 2 is the second beat that we're holding on for. So that also plays very well in G position. So G, A, B, C, D, and we're starting on finger 3 on B again. So I won't play that for you. The beats and everything are in these little charts that I've done for you, so don't worry about those. And there's a picture of the keyboard also that you can see the notes to play. All right, so let's move on a little bit now. I've got 2 more little pieces for you. Amazing Grace, which can be played on the black notes, but also on the white notes. So, but this is shared between the hands. So I'm going to play the black note version first. So my left hand is going to go on the 2 black notes. I have finger 3 and finger 2 here. And on the black notes, I've got 1, 2, 3, and this finger 5 over here. So we don't use finger 4, which is kind of handy. So here it is. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5. I'll say the fingers. Left hand starts. 3, then right hand. 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Left hand, 2, 3. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 5. So a nice rotation there. 3, 5, 3, 1. Left. 2, 1, 2, 3. Tricky. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and you will know the words for that, so that will help you with the rhythm, but it is in the chart. Now hear it again in G position. So G, finger 3, and A are with the left hand. And the other hand is actually in C position. There. Okay, so I've got my first 2 notes ready, finger 3 in the left hand and finger 1 on C in the right hand. Here we go. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, left hand, 2, 3, 3, E, C, E, D, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, a little bit quick there. Good, so there was a couple of places there I was actually holding on for 5 counts. So it's a little bit difficult to play that with the beat and show you at the same time. What I could do is use my metronome. So I can put this helps us keep time. I prefer not to use a metronome because I think it's good for you to develop your own internal beat. But just for today, I'll put it on and you can hear it just to help you with the beats. So I'll pick a nice steady tempo. I've put it on 80 here, so we'll see how that goes. And these can, if you move this little bar up, it goes slower. If you move it down, it goes quick, and it's not even because I haven't got it level. So it needs to be on a level surface. So let's see how that goes at about 80. It shouldn't be too slow. And of course you've got the chart as well. Can you hear it? Hopefully. Get my hands ready. Sorry. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. All right. So the last little piece I have for you is the theme from Silent Witness, which is one of my favourite British programs. So can't wait for the next series. All right, so now this is in a position we haven't played in. It's actually in D position. D, E, F, G, A. So the left hand's going to be playing here, and the right hand is going to be playing some notes a little bit outside that. B, C, D, B. Okay, so we've got the left hand doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my left hand's going right up to the next A. Okay, so we've got a little bit of, we've got the melody shared here, and then my hand is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that A is just here. So I finished here, and I'm looking for the same note up there. So I just do a little move over there. When we move on the piano, we can do a slight curve, and we've got plenty of time to get there. So it's like doing a little rainbow over the piano. So let me say the notes for you. D, A, G, A, 2, 3, 4. D, A, right, B, C, D, B, A with the left, D, A, G, A, 2, 3, 4, rainbow, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I hoped you liked all of those nice little pieces, giving you extra practice with either hand, either right or left, both hands together, sharing the melodies, but using all 5 fingers in each hand, and even a little move with your right hand in Silent Witness there. So I hope you do very well in your practice. Remember, practice it doesn't have to be very long. It can be very short but focused. Just think of one thing at a time, either your finger numbers or your naming notes, maybe where you're moving. Go nice and slow and steady. Speed is always the last thing that we put in a piece. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye for now.